Get ready for a puntastic time. This is our review of Puns of Anarchy.
Puns of Anarchy is a player-judge game about creating puns for answers to questions. And I think we had a pretty pun time with this game.
If your group loves Cards Against Humanity, this is a great game to add to your rotation. We'll tell you all about it after this quick how to play. Each player starts the round off with a purple category card in front of them.
Then, each player draws 3 green punnable cards and a dry erase marker.
Players will use their markers to create puns and then play those cards on the appropriate category cards.
Players redraw to 3 cards and continue making puns until the end of the round.
The round ends when each category has at least 4 puns in front of it.
Each player will be the judge for their category card and award it to the player with the best pun.
The game ends when a player collects 10 category cards, and that player is the winner. We were sent a copy of Puns of Anarchy from the publisher so that we could do this review video.
If you'd like to find out more information or to buy a copy of the game, check out our link in the description below.
The concept with this player judge game is that players are going to get punnable cards. So all the punnable cards are going to have references to pop culture things like music, TV shows, movies, Garbage Pail Kids, Alice in Chains. You're going to have Call Me Maybe. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your dry erase marker and you're going to create a pun out of that based on the category card. So creepiness, or the title of this person's memoir, talking about the person whose card that is. And so everyone will keep creating puns until each category has 4 pun cards, and then the round stops. I really enjoy this game because it requires you to be imaginative, but you don't have to come up with everything blank slate. You're given some topics and you just have to create a pun from it, and then you put it in the category card. So you can be creative without having to be like, oh, I can't think of anything. Well, you have cards in front of you, just kind of like cross them off and put them out there. So I like that it's giving you a little bit of a crutch to then go out and have a lot of fun as far as being humorous when you're playing those cards on the category cards.
Sometimes when you're making the puns, all you really have to do is cross out a letter, and then you never realize like, oh, that's so funny. I didn't know that that would make that phrase or that word. So I really like that aspect of it. It's almost like you're trying to hunt and find like, oh, okay, yeah, if I just do this, that's super funny. Or you can just cross out a word and put a new word. I mean, I guess if someone really wanted to, just cross out the whole thing and just write whatever you want, and then I probably won't get voted the best, but who knows? Maybe your answer was just that funny.
One thing about this game is depending on the group that you're with, a lot of it will probably end up being like toilet humor kind of stuff. But if you're with a more PC type of a group, then you're probably gonna have a little bit more lighthearted things. But a lot of it will end up just being like Lee said, you just cross off one letter or replace one letter and suddenly it's a totally different thing. I mean, the box kind of spells it out for you. So Puns of Anarchy instead of Sons of Anarchy. And it's really clever. I like that. And all the different types of punnable cards can basically become those types of things depending on the category that you're playing.
Yeah, this one is definitely 17 and up. Unlike some of their other party games, I think it was like 15 and up or 13 and up, but this one's 17 and up, and I can see why, just because, I mean, the punnable cards aren't like at all that bad, like this is Golden State Warriors. However, there's a couple things I could turn that into that really makes it like 18 and up, 17 and so it's like, okay, I get it. But definitely that's my kind of party game, especially the people that we hang out with and, you know, we go over to the parties and they like just kind of throwing out these just outlandish phrases and we're like, ah, haha, funny.
I'd have to say for party games, this is probably one of the better ones that we've played as far as being fun for almost any group that you can play it with. Yes, it does say 17 and up, and yes, depending on your group, it could be more or less dirty depending on your guys' level of humor. Doesn't take long to teach. On the instructions, it's like 3 rules. On the back, it goes into more details, but for the most part, it's just sit down, you have this purple card, here are these green cards, make puns, throw puns out there, party. So I like that simplicity and still being very fun.
I would say with the dry erase and the punnable cards, it really lets you just unlock your creativity more, but also really unlocks that ability to just take it to that next risque level, or that just, adult toilet humor or even more.
I really like how all the things that you're making punnable are pretty much pop culture references, music, TV, sports, things like that. It's not just random words that you're changing around. So I like that expansions that you can get more cards and just have more references and change more things. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. What did you not like about this game?
So there's not much I didn't like. I mean, player judge games, sometimes you really like them, sometimes you really don't. This one, it has nothing to do with the game, but once again, I I have a thing against dry erase markers. Like, I know at some point they're going to run out, so it's like maybe I'll just buy a Costco pack of just dry erase markers to always have, especially if I'm going to keep this game.
One of the only things I don't like about this game is the same thing I don't really like about a lot of player judge games. When you're playing with the same people and you see the cards, you're probably going to see the same thing. So it's just like in Cards Against Humanity, everyone's going to play certain cards and you know all the cards, that kind of thing. In this one, you'll get the cards like, I love rock and roll. Well, there's a couple ways that you can change that depending on the level of PC-ness of the group you're playing with, but you'll probably see that over and over and over. You'll see that R turned into a different letter over and over and over again. And after a while, you're like, yeah, we got it. You can make a pun out of I love rock and roll. So I do think that it is limited. But like I said, and the thing that I like about this game is there could be room for a lot of expansions. Once you've played through these cards enough with your group of friends, you can get new cards and still enjoy it because the funness of the game is still there. You just need the new punnable cards.
Overall, as far as party player judge game goes, I think this is probably going to be my new favorite, so I'll probably give this an 8.
Overall, I really enjoyed this game a lot. I do think this game is better than games like Cards Against Humanity and things like that, where it's just really repetitive with the same cards, because this does let you have a little bit more creativity. So I'm also going to give it an 8. And that was our review of Puns of Anarchy.
What'd you think? Are you ready to chick-fill play this game? Let us know in the comments below.
Once again, we'd like to thank Very Special Games for sending us a copy so that we could do this review video. If you'd like to find out more information or buy a copy, check out the link in our description below. And if you're enjoying our content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
And I'm Kenny. And go party like a board gamer.